Hello guys, welcome to another video in the series of coding. Today we have with us a problem that is called Wiggle subsequence. So given an integer array nums, return the length of the longest Wiggle subsequence. So a Wiggle sequence is a sequence where the difference between successive numbers strictly alternate between positive and negative. So the first difference may be either positive or negative, and a sequence with fewer than two elements is trivially a Wiggle subsequence. Okay. For example, let's take this 174925 and let's try to understand. So you have 174925. Why is this a Wiggle sequence? Okay. So what it means is, suppose I mark the point 1 here. Next point 7 is somewhere here. It's at a high. Then next point 4 is somewhere here. It is at a low. Next point 9 is somewhere here. It is at a high. Next point 2 is somewhere here. It is at a low. And the next point 5 is somewhere here. It is at a high. So you see, this is increasing, then this is decreasing, this is increasing, then this is decreasing, and then this is increasing. So you have alternate increasing, decreasing numbers. Then it is a Wiggle subsequence. Okay, now we have to find the length of the maximum Wiggle subsequence that is present. So this example is fine. Let's take some other example that they have given. So suppose you have 14725. So let's take 14725 and 5. Now, see, in this, what will happen is you have 1, then you go to 4, then you go to 7, then you come to 2, then you increment to 5. So, in this example, you see this is increasing. Next thing should be decreasing, but it is again increasing. Then next thing is decreasing, next thing is increasing. So you see last three are fine, but see what happens here. You have two consecutive increasing so what happens? Maybe you delete the first node. Then you see you have a Wiggle subsequence. Increase one, increase one, alternate increasing, decreasing number. So then this is a Wiggle subsequence. So the maximum Wiggle subsequence that you can get, you can either delete 4 or you can delete 1. Okay, so if you delete 4, you get 1725. It's a Wiggle subsequence. Or you can even delete 1, you get 4725. That's a Wiggle subsequence, right? And you can even actually delete 7. 1425 is also a Wiggle subsequence. So if you delete one node, remaining all numbers will form a Wiggle subsequence. So maximum length of Wiggle subsequence in this array that was passed to us is 4. Like this we have to find the Wiggle subsequence that can be formed of maximum length. Okay, so let's take this example. This entire example 174925, which we just saw, this is a Wiggle subsequence which we have already seen. Let's take this example to try to understand. So you have 117 5 10 13. Let me write it. So 117 5 10 13, and then you have 15 10 5 16 8. 15 10 5 16 and 8. So let's try to find the maximum length of the Wiggle subsequence that we have here. So it should be 7. Let's try to find how this 7 comes. Okay. So suppose let me start from here. So I have a point 1. That is a point. That is the first point. Now let me go to 17. So I go to a very high value. Okay. So I have one point that is part of Wiggle subsequence. I have second point which is part of Wiggle subsequence. Right. Now I go to next 5. 5 is a low point. So I come here. So I have one increasing then decreasing. So till now it is fine. It is a Wiggle subsequence. Okay. Now next I go to 10. So I go to 10. I again increment. Let me take the same color so that we are not getting confused. So I go to 10. So again increasing, decreasing, again increasing. So it is fine. There is a fourth point in line which is following the Wiggle subsequence. Okay. Now let's go to next. Now we go to 13, right? Again, now 13 is again increasing. But do we want an increasing node? We don't want an increasing node, right? We don't want an increasing node again because see what happens is you want, see, first was increasing. Let me raise this. First was increasing, second was decreasing, third is increasing, fourth should be decreasing. To be a Wiggle subsequence, it should be alternate increasing and decreasing. But this is again increasing subsequence, so you don't want it. You don't like it actually, right? So what we do, we'll still go on to the next, note to understand better. Again, you have 15. So 15 is again increasing, right? 15 is again increasing. So what is going to happen is, in this case, again you will have, again when you consider this, it is not helping you at all. So first you had increasing, decreasing, then you have increasing for continuous 3 times. So it is actually destroying your wiggle subsequence, because your wiggle subsequence means increasing, decreasing, increasing, decreasing. These all should be decreasing nodes. So what we do is, now what we do, we can delete any two nodes in this, because two nodes in this are useless. We just need two numbers that are increasing to form the next wiggle subsequence, right? In this whole pattern, only two numbers are enough. So what I mean, I will show. Let me delete these nodes. So if I delete these nodes, right, and I just have 3 after the third point, okay, which is at a value of 5. After this point, if I directly had 15, right, if I had 15, then also my wiggle subsequence would have formed, and that is what actually I need: increasing, decreasing, then increasing. These numbers are useless, these numbers are actually extra, we don't need this number, right? So now I continue with my wiggle subsequence. So increasing, decreasing, increasing. Now I reach the next number 10. So 10, again when I reach 10, I go to a path that is decreasing. So now I get the next sequence. After increasing, I again get a decreasing value. So now it is aiding my wiggle subsequence. So I have fifth number in my wiggle subsequence. Okay. Now I go to the next number again, which is 5. So after 10, I have 5. Now you see, after 10, when I have 5, what happens is, again I have a number which is decreasing. But the last sequence that I had was also decreasing. So again I have a decreasing. I don't need this, is destroying my wiggle subsequence, right? This is again destroying my wiggle subsequence. I don't need this node. This is actually useless node. So let's think the next node which will aid in wiggle subsequence, which is 16, right? 16 will aid me in my wiggle subsequence. So after 5, I go to 16, I go to a very large quantity. So my sixth node is helping in my wiggle subsequence. Now I go to the next node, which is 8. So after 16, when I come to 8, so it would have decremented my value a lot. So now this is my seventh node in line, which is in wiggle subsequence. So let me see now from beginning. So first increasing, decreasing, then increasing, then decreasing, then increasing, then decreasing. So I have last number, which is 7, which is a wiggle subsequence. I mean, there are seven is the length of the maximum wiggle subsequence that I can form from this input array. Now how do I solve this question, right? So we just saw the approach through this particular example, but how do we solve this question? So what we can do is, we can use a two variable approach to solve this question. And what do I mean by that? So let me declare two variables. Okay, let me declare two variables, increasing and decreasing. And what do these increasing and decreasing variables represent? Increasing, okay, represents the last if the last sequence, if the last two numbers that are present, if they are in ascending order, means the second last number is smaller than the last number, or the last number is bigger than the uh, second last number. So what I mean, for example, consider this. Okay, so whatever sequence I have before, I don't care, I'm just considering these two numbers now. So consider 5 and 10. If a wiggle sequence is formed considering 5 and 10, in last you see 5 is smaller than 10. So my increasing variable will increment by 1. If in the last I have a increasing uh, you know s- sequence, if the last two numbers are such that the last number is greater than the second last number, my increasing variable I will increment. If it is reverse, okay, consider this example. See, in this 17 is greater than 5. If it is reverse, what I do is, if the last number is if the last number is lesser than my second last number, or if my second last number is bigger than the last number, then I increase my decreasing variable. So let's try to implement this logic. So what happens is, first, now one can be part of either an increasing wiggle subsequence or a decreasing wiggle subsequence. What I mean by that is, see, you have two types of wiggle subsequence possible. First, you either start with increasing, then you go to decreasing, then increasing, then decreasing, then increasing. Or you have a wiggle subsequence where you start with decreasing subsequence, then increasing, okay, then increasing, then decreasing, then increasing, and so on. So both these types of wiggle subsequence are possible. Now first number can be part of any wiggle subsequence, right? So first number, I will make, let me write this with a different color so that we are not confused. Let me write it with blue. So my increasing and decreasing variables are both 1. Let me go to the next number. Now what happens is 17. So initially I had 1. Now from 1 I am going to 17. So let me draw it very big, because 17 should be much larger than 1. So let me take it here. Okay. First I had 1, then now I have 17. So now what happens is, Now one was I had one number, one node in my wiggle subsequence. Now I have 17, so I have two nodes in my wiggle subsequence, right? I have added 17 also. Now 17 is greater than 1. 17 is greater than 1 means my increasing variable should increment by by 1. It should increment by whatever variable the decreasing variable had plus 1. Okay, so we'll take more examples as we go further. I think this will be more clear. And my decreasing should remain as 1, because this is a increasing. First, this node, last node, is greater than the second last node, right? 17 is greater than 1 means I have added one value, one node to my increasing wiggle subsequence, right? So let's go to the next example. Hence decreasing remains as such. So let's take 5. Now you have 5, so from 17 we drop to 5. So I have added one more node in my wiggle subsequence. Now 5 is less than 17. 5 is less than 17 means now from where have I added the second node? So the last node that is ending is a decreasing quantity, right? So it signifies it's a decreasing. So my decreasing variable will become 2 plus 1, which is 3. And my increasing variable will remain as such. It will remain 2. Okay, let's go to the next example. So now from 5 we go to 10. From 5 we go to 10. So let me draw it a little bit lesser. Let me draw it here. So from 5 we go to 10. Okay, so now again I have added one node in my increasing wiggle subsequence. So that means see, my wiggle subsequence had three nodes. Now I have a increasing quantity again. So in my increasing variable I add one. So 3 plus 1 is 4. Hence I write 4. But in my decreasing I have, wiggle subsequence I have not added anything, right? So it by decreasing wiggle subsequence. So what does that mean? So up to index 4, suppose I had only this much as the array, right? Suppose my array had only 4 points, 1, 7, 15, and 10. Now if somebody tells me find me a wiggle subsequence in this which is ending with a decreasing quantity, in which the last number is less than a then the second last number. So it is something like this, right? So it is something like this. So find me a wiggle subsequence in which the last number is less than second last number, and it should be a wiggle subsequence. What is the maximum length? That will be 3, right? It will be 3, because you will have 1, then you will have 17, then you will have 5. That's it. You will have 1, then 17, then 5 in this particular example. So my wiggle subsequence in which is decreasing at the end. So let me draw it properly. 1, 17, then 5. So this is a wiggle subsequence in this particular array, which is of decreasing nature in the end. It is of maximum length 3, but that is what this variable 3 represents in the end. But what about a wiggle subsequence that is increasing at last? So I can see here 1, 2, 3, 4. That is possible to have. That will have actually 4 nodes. Maximum length of that will be 4. So that is what these increasing and decreasing variables represent. Let's go to the next example. So now we have got 4 nodes. Let's go to from 10. Let's go to 13. So from 10 we are going to 13, right? 10 we are going to 13. So now what happens is we will do the same thing, right? From the decreasing we will increment 1, and the decreasing quantity will remain 1. So the increasing variable becomes 4. The decreasing variable remains 3. Now let's go from 13 to 15. When we go from 13 to 15, right? We go from here. So again, you see, when we are going from this particular quantity, so you see this remains 4. Now when we are going from 13 to 15, again what you are doing is you are incrementing 1 from the decreasing variable. So from the decreasing variable you add 1, you get 4, and the decreasing variable remains 3. So again, this remains 4. Node remains 4. Now you see all these nodes are constant. Why are all these nodes constant? So if you would have noticed, what do you mean by wiggle subsequence? You mean you have one increasing, then decreasing, then you should have next quantity as increasing. But if you are having all next quantities as increasing, this is not helping the wiggle subsequence. It's actually destroying the wiggle subsequence. What is wiggle subsequence? Increasing, then decreasing, then you have some quantity which is increasing, then you have some quantity which is decreasing. So you should have increasing and decreasing alternate ways, right? But if you have continuous increasing nodes, that nodes are just useless nodes. They are not aiding at all, right? So these nodes just remain constant. Number of the length of the wiggle subsequence just remains 4, right? So what does that mean? So even if I didn't have these two useless nodes which I had in between, so even if I connect, let's say 5 to 15, right? So I just I delete all these useless nodes which are 10 and 13, and I just connect 5 to 15. Then what happens is Again, I will just increment my wiggle subsequence by 1. So my wiggle subsequence had length 3. Here also it has length 4. Even if I add these extra points, my wiggle subsequence is just having length 4. That's why, because this is useless points. These are not aiding, because the point would have been useful only after an increasing quantity you had a decreasing quantity, right? So now let's go to the next part. So let's go to next part. Now we get 10, right? So from this point we are coming to 10. So after a increasing quantity here, after increasing quantity, we have a decreasing quantity. So now this will aid in my wiggle subsequence. So what should happen? Last is a decreasing variable, so my decreasing variable should increment. So last I add 4. Now from 4 to 4 I add 1, this will become 5, this will remain 4. Let's go to 5. Now this was at 10, let's go to 5. So from 5, again what will happen is I will have this uh, you know um, node here which is decrementing. So see what happens. Now this is again destroying my wiggle subsequence. I don't need this, a useless node, because I had already decremented the quantity. Now I needed a quantity that was incrementing, right? But again I have a quantity which is decrementing. So from 15 I went to 10. Now from 10 again if I go to 5, after decreasing again I have decreasing quantity. I want an increasing quantity after this. So this is again useless, right? This again useless node. That's why what you do, when from the increasing variable you add 1, again you will get 5 only, and this remains 4. So the number of nodes in the wiggle subsequence remains 5, because in between node 10, so if you even delete this 10 node, you will still be having a wiggle subsequence. It is not aiding at all. Okay, let's go from 5 to 16. So if you go from 5 to 16, after a decreasing quantity, now you have an increasing quantity. So this will aid your wiggle subsequence. You have to increase a variable of increase. So let me write it in the same color. So from 5 you have to increment it. 5 plus 1 is 6, and decreasing variable remains as such. Now from from increasing quantity you are going to a decreasing quantity. So from 16 you are going to 8. So after a increasing quantity you have a decreasing quantity. So this is aiding in the wiggle subsequence. So last is decreasing, means your decreasing variable should increment by 1. So 6 plus 1 is 7, and this remains as 6. So you take max of increasing and decrementing variables, which is 7. So you return 7, and 7 is the answer. So let's code this. So you just declare two variables, int increasing, decreasing, and initially both can be 1, right? So initially I'll give both 1. Int increasing is 1, int decreasing is 1, because see, if nums dot size is less than 2, right, we'll just return 1. Okay, so they will not give any test cases which are not valid in this. So if they give nums dot size equal to 1, then we have just one number, right? So that one number can be either increasing sequence or decreasing sequence, and that one number will just be a part of one sequence, and you can return 1. Okay, and otherwise what you can do is you can you know start iterating. So we will go over. So for int I equal to 0, and we'll do it in O of n time complexity. So we'll just iterate over once. For int I equal to 0, I less than nums dot size I plus plus. Actually, you can start iterating from I equal to 1, because for the first number we have already declared increasing and decreasing variable as 1, right? That's what we did. For the first number we already declared this as 1. So we'll start from these numbers. Now what you do is, see, in this particular example you had 17 greater than 1. That means your increasing variable had been added on. So if a of I greater than a of I minus 1, then increasing variable is just decreasing plus 1. Okay, else if a of I is less than a of I minus 1, then your decreasing variable is increasing plus 1. Now why did I not just give else here? Why did I give this case? If a of I is greater than a of I minus 1, then some of you may think that this is not needed at all. So why don't we just give else? But see, this is needed because so let me, I think I will have to write this again. A of I is less than a of I minus 1. This is needed. Why is this needed? Okay, because you can have a case when a of I is equal to a of I minus 1. So if a of I is equal to a of I minus 1, then what should you do? You should not do anything. You should let the increasing and decreasing variables remain as such. Hence, instead of just simply giving else, I had to give this condition necessary. And now what we'll do is we will just return max of increasing comma decreasing variables. And I think that's it. So I think I have written a of I should have written num of I. So that is so because the array is called nums and I just had a in mind, so I wrote a short for array, but it should be called num. So I think that's it. It's fine, and we can run the code. I hope it works. So it is fine. Let's just submit and check if it's working for all the test cases. So it's fine. That's it. Thank you for being patient and listening.